according to all the technical staff here, everything's going great. So I will be your GM for tonight. You have already hopefully met us last week when we were playing Fausto's amazing campaign.
Hi.
As you can see, he has a flair for the dramatic. And why don't we go around and introduce everybody? So, Fausto, though, first, I believe you have a certain warning that you're supposed to give us.
I'm the law guy here today. So, bear in mind, we are not affiliated with, endorsed, sponsored, or specifically approved by Wizard of the Coast LLC. That was it.
They don't know who we are.
They don't know who we are. We are in the shadows.
That's right. So, Jay, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh,
Or maybe we should back up a little bit and talk about who we're introducing, yourself, and who you are playing today, because we are now going to show you the first episode that we've had online of our ongoing campaign of Princess of the Apocalypse. We've run for 5 sessions, I believe, so far, so you haven't missed too much, and we'll catch you up and get back into the game. But let's start with Fausto's character, Zardas, because he's one to watch out for.
Don't let them give you the dance.
Zardas is a Triton from the depths of the sea, a devout follower of Poseidon. In D&D terms, a barbarian, but not an uncouth wildling. He's being a barbarian is more being a man of passions that cannot be bound in a certain way. Zardas looks like a tall, athletic Triton with blue skin, clean shaven, and his weapon is an anchor that he has filed to an edge and that he uses to break heads when it's necessary.
All right.
That's me.
And then next we have Grazak.
I would just like to point out that Zardas is just He-Man of the Sea.
Yes.
Somewhere between He-Man of the Sea and Thor, I guess.
I hate introducing myself.
Okay. So they will be playing Grazak, who is a Dragonborn.
With a dark, dark history that nobody should ever find out about. So if they do, they will have to be silenced.
We must plumb his depths. Depths, not deaths. That's where I can speak.
Oh, it's already gone off the rails. Okay, and next we have Kevin playing Everil.
Yes, I will be playing Everil. Everil is an air genasi, and he's also a cleric of Thor. He's best known for being quite the silent guy.
All right. Then we have Stain in playing the role of Gak.
Yes, I'll be playing Gak in this campaign, an Arakokra ranger, a deep stalker who loves hunting bandits, especially at night.
And then finally, last but not least, we have Serene playing Ayu.
The Cat Master, also known as the Subnautical Panther. I am playing Ayu Justiliana, the noble-named female who is actually just from the woods. I am playing the druid of the group, and I am a quite terrible druid.
And he turns into cats, or she does, rather. And actually, we might hear in the background some felines. Is that correct?
Depends on how loud they feel today. This is one of them.
Yes.
One of the many.
One of the two.
I know some of our viewers are going to appreciate that very much. Anyway, perhaps we should move on to the story. Well, while we're
The
testing the
cat
story,
has to
why
do a
don't we see if we can get up our battle map and see if that's all working? And so, Princess of the Apocalypse. This is the 6th chapter in an ongoing campaign. The characters, not having known each other, were summoned to the dwarven citadel of Mirabar, where their long-standing friend Sindra Sansir, a diviner has called them, and she appears to be under the effects of something known as the death curse. However, she has sent off a different group to try and deal with that issue in particular, and instead has another task for this group, because she's seen in her visions that something is rising in the south, in the Siren Valley. Underneath the Somber Hills, something is beginning to stir and things are awry. And this could spell the end not only for those who have died and been given a new lease on life before, but it could affect everyone on the face of Toro. So the crew have traveled from Mirabar with a special delegation that were destined to travel to the town of Waterdeep, or rather the city of Splendor. So a much big, not a town, pretty much the largest city you could come across. And they were on the road for a few 10 days as they made their way down to Tribor. And then they separated from that group, heading towards the town of Redlark. However, they did not make it all the way to their destination, because despite the visions pointing to starting in that area, them being great players, they went off in their own direction and followed a lead when they were passing through the town of getting up the map. They were passing through the town of Westbridge when they discovered from the locals that a few of the people living on the farms there had been abducted. And following a fresh trail, they made their way through the Somber Hills to ultimately come to a destination of a place called Rivergard Keep. And in this keep, they found a group of essentially bandits that were pretending to be do-gooders in the area and were actually more like pirates. So they tried to infiltrate their group. Didn't go quite as well as planned. And they ended up pretty much being having to try and get away from that. We narrowly avoided a total party kill, thankfully. But after a rescue attempt, they returned to a place called Summit Hall, where there they met the Knights of Samular and came to an arrangement that the Knights would aid them on their quest to return to Rivergard Keep and rid them of the plague of bandits that were affecting the area. And so they traveled from Summit Hall down to the small village of Womford, where one of the few crossings over the Desaran River could be found. And there they ran into a riverboat captain by the shore that they recognized as having been at Rivergard Keep. And a battle ensued. And when we come back to our heroes now, they have just... I think we should be seeing a switch to a new map. And we should be seeing the riverboat that they just captured. And they caught a bandit. And I will turn this over to you guys.
May I just add real quick? We didn't be players. We followed our destiny that Cedra set us on. She knew this would happen.
She may have known that.
We'll never get to ask her.
Visions don't always... They're not always clear, you know, so... Redlark...
Redlark, Somber Hills, it's all the same. One's over here, the other one's right
within
there.
like 20 miles, so it's not too bad. So you guys just killed Shola Condoril, a riverboat pirate, and discovered that amongst his cargo there was it was stamped with a particular symbol, and this symbol looked like this, and you should see a window pop up. Hopefully. There we go. So I believe you can make the symbol like so. And this is a symbol they may have noticed at Rivergard Keep in the past. So that's the scene.
I look at the ship that we have just taken, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, I remember it a bit less beautiful from last time. It has somehow changed. Could that be?
IU just looks towards it.
There wasn't as much blood on it last time.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Is there anyone left alive from last week of all these people?
Yes, you did capture one of the bandits, and what I should probably mention is going on in the background to the right of our scene. There are two knights of Samuel, Sir Cale and Dame Forthright, and a squad of 6 squires who have been scuffling with other pirates and layabouts along the docks that basically have had this arrangement with the locals where they basically extort all of their needs. But it appears that this Shola Condoriel was their unofficial leader. And now that he's been slain after trying to get away in the river and being pursued by Zardas and also Ayu in panther form.
Subnautica Panther.
We learned last week that panthers can swim, and we were provided with video evidence of this. So let it be known in case, the more you know. So yes, you've captured one of the bandits and the cargo of the vessel, and I believe there was a tiny bit of treasure which you should have already noted down, if I'm not mistaken.
I look at Gak. Gak, did you take the treasure?
I haven't taken anything yet.
Well, take everything.
Take it all.
Take it all.
Is there still any fighting going on at the Knights and the Squires, or is that also over?
No, they have now surrendered and are being subjected to the law of Tyr, the god of justice.
Okay.
Familiar god to, especially to Everil.
Yeah. Well, in that case, if there's no more fighting going on, sure, we'll have a look at stuff that these bandits were carrying.
So let's see. I will just pull this up. Sorry, guys. I thought you had this sorted from last week. Let's see. The one thing to keep
sort
in
things
mind
out.
if you're following this stream about Princess of the Apocalypse is it's a great adventure, but it does take a little bit of searching at times to find the right information. Let's see. So we had Womford and Womford Rats. That's right.
Are the knights available for?
Yes, they are.
Very well. I go to their sergeant.
Yeah.
Lord, and I say, we should not linger here. Now we have a boat. We should travel to Rivergard Keep as fast as possible and end this threat.
Will we be keeping the same plan then? Because remember the horses, they're not going to travel on that way.
How fast do you think you can be there while we go with the ship?
I think we'll be there faster than that, but the question is, how will you let us know when you're ready?
We could set a roof on fire.
I'm actually thinking we could set the ship on fire.
Oh,
we could fill this ship with oil barrels, and then we will direct it against their little dock, and then we will light it.
How fast do you think you can sail the ship up the river?
I immediately tell him how fast I can do that.
You think it's still going to take the better part of a day, and it is getting on evening now, if you'll remember correctly. You've been traveling.
Yeah, but We can sail in the night, right? Horses have to
Can
sleep.
sail in the night, although
Yeah.
someone needs to steer the ship and
Yes, of course.
operate it because you're moving up against the current.
Yeah. That one alive sailor, I go to him. I say, do you still want to leave?
Yeah, there's a possibility.
Then you work for me now.
Aye, Captain.
Very well.
I'm used to working for blue people.
We'll see how much your life is worth. Then I turn to my companions again and I say, while I'm awake, I will steer the ship. While I sleep, he will steer the ship, and one of you can keep an eye on him. If he does anything wrong, you do your worst.
So I'm guessing
You-
remove the other bodies from the ship.
IU, as if trying to go to say something, just actually meows. And then, like, clears his throat. It's like, everything else is normal, correct? I will head up with the knights, so on and so forth. Gate comes open, we go in.
I will, when we are in the proximity of that place, I will jump off the ship and I will go and remove the chain.
Okay.
I will head into the sky when it's safe to do so.
Yes. Let's buy a few barrels of oil here. Do we have the funds? I look at Gak.
We should have some funds. Yes, I still have some of those gems from a while ago.
Well,
Zardus, maybe you could talk the people into giving a free contribution for saving them from terrible do-gooders. Well,
In fact,
bad
I
fingers?
think you are not wrong. Maybe these villagers should show some appreciation for what we have done so far.
Indeed, you actually do find that on Sholar there was a little bit of treasure. He had on him a leather belt pouch containing 10 gold pieces and 3 small malachites worth 10 each, and a potion of healing, which I will put in the chat of Roll20. In case anyone's wondering what we're using to visualize our game, it's Roll20, which is a wonderful way to play online.
Ah, yes, that loot was already added to the party pool. I see.
Cool.
Those are the 3 gems I was talking about.
Right. Inside the deck house, you find a half-ton of supplies marked with this water symbol. And you also, it's just common supplies like foodstuffs and surplus that you believe you could reasonably probably trade for, like the oil that you're looking for.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And you also see a large chart on the table marking the location of Rivergard Keep. And again, this symbol of water.
And Rivergard Keep is the only spot marked on the map?
I don't know. It's a rough map of the Desaran Valley, kind of similar to the one you guys would have been using. But it appears to be a place of importance to Captain Sholar. So, let's see. So you guys, so Kale comes up and it's like, so to get this straight, we're to go across the river, probably overnight as soon as we're done. And then we head close to the fortress of which you speak, and we approach it when we see fire in the horizon. One of your number can fly. Is there not some other way to communicate? Although I guess that might be a little revealing.
Yeah, but if I understand
Yeah,
correctly,
if I fly the entire distance to you, it might be too revealing. It would maybe be a good idea to set the fire when it's getting darker or early in the morning when the light's just rising.
I have a suggestion. I could also fly if need be. I can just fly onto a roof and shift into whatever form is needed and just roar as loud as I could.
You have
Well,
not
we will
yet
find a way
mastered,
to give a signal. This is no problem. But about the arrival, because you said you don't need to travel at night. Only we need to do this, right? Because we are slower than you.
the most important thing will be opening the gates for us. So otherwise, being on the other side of the wall is not going to be too heavily helpful for armored knights.
Ah, yeah. And you planning to bring also your horses inside?
Well, that is the fastest way to get through the gates, yes.
But inside the gate, I mean.
Well, the squires will not bring their mounts, but ours. And he looks to the dame beside him. Our war horses, they're trained for battle.
They'll do fine in the courtyard.
You have mastered the ability to transform into certain animals. However, animals with the power of flight or the ability to swim are yet beyond your talent.
Yes.
Right. Well, in which case we'd better be making the crossing, and I suppose you'd better be making your way in that thing.
Yeah. We shall see you at Rivergard Keep, where we shall bring more justice.
Indeed. And you sort of part ways, and you guys end up going along down the river. It's relatively sluggish, but slower going, definitely moving up the river than it would be moving down it. The boat can take you only at the pace of around about 1 mile an hour. But you at least can make constant travel with the boat and take shifts. I guess it is sort of like, I don't know if you guys have seen like the old Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan movies. I think in the second one, he gets a boat to this crystal palace and he's just shuffling like the keel from side to side instead of using oars, something like that. So it slowly makes its way up the river, and I assume Zardas, being the expert sailor he is, at least has shown you guys how to operate the boat.
Yes. I explained to Ayu, I put her where the rudder is, her hand on the rudder. I go behind her. I say, look, you put your hand there, and you pull here, and that's how you steer the boat.
Ayu just looks at him like, I still hate boats.
I see. You're more a creature of the sky, Ayu.
I prefer the forests and sky, yes.
Well, but look there at the horizon. That's where the sea and the sky meet. Isn't that beautiful?
It's blue, with a bit of tinge of orange, but mostly blue.
So do
The spirits provide, though.
Would the rest of you like to take a short rest, perhaps, or are you getting ready to rest for the night? I will assume whoever's on watch is also steering the ship, or unless you have other ideas.
Yeah, with the watches.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what will
Yes.
your watch order be?
I would say we have also the sailor with us, right? That sixth guy.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Although whether or not you can trust him fully.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So we will sleep like 3 and 3 every time.
Okay.
So because he has to also steer the ship. So we will sleep like Zadas, Gak, and Ayu, and then there will be Evral, Grashak, and the sailor.
Okay.
Sure.
While 3 of us are sleeping, the other 3 are awake.
Okay.
Sure.
So your travel, I mean, it is important that I guess one of you that has dark vision is sort of up the front and make sure you don't, push the boat onto the rocks, because it is a sort of winding river. And after a few hours, you sort of settle down to the lull of the water, and it seems a far more relaxing way to travel than walking or traveling by horse. Although you do certainly feel like when it's your turn to push the keel, it's not as fun a job as you would think. Although, of course, Zardes just heartily almost laughs as he effortlessly pushes the keel from side to side.
I got pretty good dark vision, so I'll take the front and guide.
So
We shall have to rename the crow's nest for you, Gak.
the Aarakocra nest.
Gax home.
Does the ship actually have a nest like
No,
that?
no, not at all. The ship is
That'd be
only
too
about
fancy.
30 feet or 10 meters long for those of you
Okay.
that are in the rest of the world.
Wait, there's more world than America.
America, yeah. I think you said it wrong. I think you said America.
Oh, I added the A.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, we do the same with Australia. We just say Australia. Anyway, you guys are traveling for quite a few hours. You start getting some rest. Who was on the first ship again? Was it Zardas's crew?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so after about 3 hours, I'd like you guys to, let's see, Zardes is occupied pushing the boats. The other two can give me some perception checks.
Dark vision, don't fail me now. I roll my exact passive perception. This is great.
Okay, so Ayu got a 15, which is an impressive passive perception, I should mention.
It helps having 17 wisdom.
And then the other roll, who else was on that watch?
Gak.
Gak. So Gak.
Oh,
give me a
I
perception.
thought I was on second watch. One moment then.
We
And
have
you may
both
hear-
flyers on.
I
first.
rolled a
Okay,
22.
a 22. Okay. So you notice, both of you actually notice some. Course, I believe you have dark vision, and Gak. Does Gak have dark vision?
Yes, 90 feet.
Excellent.
It's 'cause he's
in
a
which
ranger.
case, you can both.
It's from my Deep Stalker
Yeah, the
specialty.
deep stalker thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys can see down into the water and see that there are some large dark shapes that seem to be shadowing your vessel.
For those on Twitch, by the way, I rolled a 15 and Gak rolled a 22 for perception.
Yeah, I announced mine.
Making sure.
If they tell me about these shapes, do I see if they are humanoids or monsters?
A little combination. In fact, if you look down into the water and they're like sort of like pointing out, oh, look down there. You do notice that these shapes look vaguely familiar to you. In fact,
As in?
as in they're a part of your world.
Okay.
And
Triton.
not quite a Triton.
Oh no. Can we force them to be Tritons?
What are these things?
Does knowledge nature help me identify these, or?
Or do I just know what they are?
You recognize them as being Mero.
Marrows. Oh.
Yeah.
Let's just say that Tritons are to Marrows what humans are to ogres, I say to them. They are dumb,
Pretty
stupid, and
much.
big.
Yes. So they are big, nasty creatures.
Yeah.
Like almost twice the size. And if you remember your Triton history, they are merfolk that have been influenced by demonic forces and actually spent a period of time being corrupted in the abyss before returning to the material planes. And you know that they are hostile, and it seems to you guys that they're looking for the opportunity to attack. So,
Do I know if they have legs? Like, can they climb on board and?
they have tails, but you think they're fully capable of hopping up. They're
Okay.
very powerful and able to jump. And although they're not very agile on a surface like that, you're more concerned that they might try and sink the ship.
Ah, I see. Very well.
I should have drank that potion. It's gonna hurt.
Well, then I scream, "To arms, everyone! We are under
Okay.
attack!"
Moment he screams, I will already fly up into the sky.
So the others are asleep. You may have spent hit dice to heal, because I see some of you guys haven't healed since the last combat. So anyone that wants to do that before we get into the thick of it?
Yeah,
Full health,
yes,
yes.
I would like, please.
And then maybe if we can just move the initiative order so that it is on the battle map here, so that people can see. Okay, I can see that's already happening. Great. All right.
I rolled a 9 initiative.
Well, you know what? That's not too bad because they got pretty horrible. So I will say that the people that were asleep, you've been warned in time that you could be woken up. So who
That
were missing?
was with advantage on my initiative even.
Yes, Rain is a nice like that. And I believe, just for our viewers, you're playing the UA Ranger, is that correct?
Yes, the Unearthed Arcana Ranger with the Deep Stalker Conclave. So which gives me a bunch of bonuses when fighting at night or in general in the dark.
Which is now.
He's the creepy stalker that follows you home every night. You thought it was a bird at first. No, a person.
Okay. So it will be. We're still missing the initiatives for. Let's see, Everil and.
Grazak.
Well, I was thinking that I still need to wake up then.
You do, but I still need you in the initiative order. And like I said, because the guys noticed, they've been able to wake you up before combat can actually occur. Do you want the sailor to be involved in this? Make him steer the ship, for example.
Yeah, let him control the ship maybe. I wouldn't trust him in combat.
All right, so we can say
To
that
be
he's
fair-
behind the scenes controlling the ship.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't trust him guiding the ship either, but I prefer to have the ship crash than a knife go into my neck.
I look at him one last time and I say, "This is your chance to prove yourself. Do not fail me."
Okay.
Spirits have abandoned you.
All right, then it's Everil's turn.
Yes. So I wake up. I look at the water. I guess I see them.
Do you have dark vision? Yes.
I do. No, I do not have dark vision.
In which case, they would be considered to be. They're mostly obscured. You can maybe see just something dark in the water, but for you, it's very difficult to see them.
But
So
do we
they-
have light from Avril? His light spell, or are we going?
Yeah, I have light as a cantrip. I will. Yeah, actually,
I assume
light
you
I
haven't
can.
been traveling on the river with light.
With light, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine you'd do that. That would attract a lot of unnecessary attention to you.
Can we steer this in the darkness?
Yeah, you have plenty of people with dark vision.
Well, me not.
We have two.
I guess we would have lanterns.
Yeah, Okay, up to you, of course. But I would rather go with the light than
Well,
without.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
We can assume that you have some
Yeah.
light going. But in any case, it's still there in the water at present, so the light doesn't really penetrate into it.
Okay.
So I would say you have disadvantage to attack them in the water, and they'll still have some cover from the water as well.
Okay.
Okay. First thing I will do is I will say a small prayer to Thor, and I will bless Zadas, Gak, and let's say Grazak.
All right, very nice. So you guys get blessed, which means you get to add a D4 to your attack rolls, I believe. And maybe ability.
Yes.
All right.
Whenever target makes an attack roll or saving throw.
Saving throws, yeah. great. So you
Nice.
get a nice boost from the god of thunder.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your main.
So that's
action.
on all our attacks during the next 1 minute, right?
Yes, yes,
Yes, it's a
indeed.
concentration
Um,
spell.
And then I will, then I will just stay put.
Okay, all right. Are you?
How close in total are the two in the front?
I mean, they're probably, if you're counting down as well, they're probably about 15 feet away from your present location.
Are they within 20 feet of each other specifically?
Yes.
Okay. Because I asked because I'm going to try to center fairy fire right on top of them, and they need to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. All right. Let's make some throws for them. So I'm going to make. Fausto likes to run his game where he makes one roll for all enemies, and we've found that when battles get large, this is just a better, easier way to deal with things. So I'm just going to make one roll for everyone.
They
So
have to beat a
dexterity
13.
save, you say.
Yes.
So they make their save. So unfortunately, they're not affected.
A kind of violet light kind of appears underneath the water, but it just kind of seems to just fizzle out before it has any effect on them.
Yeah,
It seems.
the depth of the water, you've misjudged it along with the current, and just narrowly they've been able to swim out of the range of it. Just
Yeah.
twisting their bodies in time.
You just curse us softly. Spirits, come on, guide me, please. I need your assistance here.
All right.
That's my turn.
Gak, it is your turn. You can, with your dark vision, see that there is a Meru right next to you, and it appears like he is trying to get underneath the boat.
Yes. I fly up into the sky. First round of combat, I get a +10 speed bonus, so I go 60 feet up.
Okay.
With my bonus attack, with my bonus action, I will cast Hunter's Mark on the one that I see here behind us.
Yep.
And I will follow that up by attacking him with my bow.
Okay. Well, you can see him all right where he is, but it is still there's still some water in between you and him, and the dark vision's still sort of dim light. But I would say in this case, he'll just get some extra cover from the water, but from this vantage point, he's quite large as well, so he'll just have a tiny bit more cover. So why don't you go ahead and make your attack roll?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was my extra d4.
Yes.
So I rolled a 26 attack.
Yeah, not really an issue. So your arrow flies true. Is this a normal arrows?
This is the normal arrow. I'm not wasting my silver arrows on these.
I will assume you will save the silver arrows because we have not yet mentioned, but the leader of this Rivergard Keep appears to be some kind of were creature, a were boar.
Now I will also roll my damage for Hunter's Mark. So I deal a total of 14 damage.
All right, so the arrow just skewers through his shoulder.
Because it's my first round, I also get a second attack if I use the attack action.
Ooh. Okay.
Which is a 27.
Yes, that is also a hit. So you do another shocking.
14 damage again.
Do you add the Hunter's Mark more than once?
Hunter's Mark is every attack.
Yes, Hunter's Mark is per attack.
Right, then yes, you do another. He looks. You can see this blackish goo in the dark waters, sort of just traveling in the same direction as the current. And it looks like you've bloodied him. Okay, and that's pretty much your turn, I believe.
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay, so Zardas.
Which one was it that you shot, Gak? This one.
The one, yeah, behind us, near.
Behind that. Okay, well, and I see him, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will look down at the water and then at Avril, and I tell him, "This is going to be fun." I rage, and I jump into the water to attack this guy.
All right.
I suppose since I'm using an anchor, I have disadvantage because it's slashing, so I will attack recklessly to make a normal attack.
Yeah, and you go plunging down towards the bottom.
Poseidon!
It's only through the force of your swimming that you're able to like just bring the momentum, the anchor being designed to go directly to the bottom, and you're just like swing it around and try to hack at him. So
Here
why
I
don't you
go.
go ahead and make your attack roll?
It's a 20, not a natural 20, but a normal 20, for 22 points of damage.
Indeed, it's probably actually a little higher because you are blessed.
Yeah, also, yeah.
But it will be a hit regardless. So
22 damage.
22 damage. Wow. Is that including your rage bonus?
It is including my rage bonus, yes.
All right.
And my divine fury. So you see that when I hit him, a bit of radiant blue light crosses my anchor as I stuck it in his chest.
That definitely hurts him a lot. This big Baru up until a second ago looked incredibly buff and strong, and now all of a sudden he looks very fragile indeed.
He looks like tuna.
And furious. All right, Grazek.
Angry tuna.
Yes. Well, I will move over to the edge of the boat, kind of there. Wait for the spawn of whatever it came from to surface, and then I would strike at it with my longsword.
The spawn of Demogorgon, actually.
No, whatever chaos it spawned,
yeah.
it should
Alright.
die.
So you do not have dark vision, right?
No, but I'm guessing that we do have a lantern because our sailor
Yes,
is a human.
You do, however, is in dim light, which makes it partially obscured.
Well, I'm not attacking him yet. I'm waiting for him to surface and try to climb aboard.
All right, fair enough.
That's my action to ready attack to trigger this if he comes up
Well,
on the surface.
Let's trigger it straight away because it looks like it's coming right for you. So go on ahead and give me that attack roll. Ooh.
Oh, that's a natural one.
Ooh, fumbled.
Yeah, that longsword. Let's see.
It's now his. He's now wielding a longsword.
If we were putting this in the fate of our viewers, should the longsword go flying into the water, or should he be able to grip it in time?
You want my vote?
A chance to answer.
Everybody in the chat, please give me a sword in the water.
Oh,
I see water. So the sword goes flying into the water.
Sorry, Jay,
Nice.
we'll get you a new one.
And that was your action, and he's coming up, and he looks like he is about to just launch out with these huge claws, and his maw opening as if to bite you. So here we go. So he rolls. We've got to set this up again. He rolled a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
It does indeed. I just have to switch that so that you guys will be able to see this in the future. Dealing 8 points of piercing damage with his sharp teeth. And then he, as he's coming back down, he rolls a natural 20 and gets a 26. slashing Grazek across the chest for a shocking 14 points of damage.
I'm down.
What?
That was incredibly unlucky. All right. And then the other one on the other side leaps up onto the boat, causing it to rock. So I want everyone that's on it, which is Everil and Ayu at present, to make a dexterity save.
I'm good at those.
You are indeed.
I rolled a 17.
That's correct.
I rolled an 8.
Everil is a little bit clumsier. So Everil, you are now... actually, you're right on the edge. So why don't you give me a second dexterity save?
I gave a 16.
Okay, so you managed to fall into the boat rather than into the water, which you feel maybe was a good thing. So it's leaped up onto the deck, rocking the boat, and is going for Ayu. So it's going to try and bite Ayu. It rolled a 20.
I think you can take a guess if that hits or not.
It does. So you take 8 points of damage, and it slashes back at you with its claw, but misses. But it is remaining on deck and threatening to tip the boat. And the final Meru, which is down in the water, facing off against Zardas.
Is he like all ripped apart by our blows or something?
He is all ripped apart by your blows and absolutely furious. So he is just going to slash and bite at you, hoping to take you down. A 14 is
That's a miss.
That is a miss. But the claw's at 22.
Yeah, that
hit
hits.
for 10 points of slashing damage.
I suck it up as only a Triton can do, and I only suffer 5 points.
Yes, that would be the barbarian in you rather than the Triton, but still.
That's the Triton.
So, Everil, you find yourself prone on the deck
Yes.
of the River Maiden. What do you do?
Let's see. I will use a bonus action to cast
If you want to
Spiritual
attack,
weapon.
Spiritual weapon, very nice.
Yes, and I will do it somewhere over here next to the Meru that is
Okay.
currently attacking Ayu.
Does that need to be in sight? Because this sort of section in the middle is like this little...
Yeah.
I guess you can probably actually see over it, but not from your prone position.
Yeah, it's just I create a floating spectral weapon within range.
Okay, all right. You know roughly where this creature is from the feel of it. And actually, the boat's probably tilting in such a way that if you should get up, you'll definitely see it sort of towering overhead. So what does your spiritual weapon look like, perchance? I wonder.
Well, I wonder if it could possibly look like a hammer.
A short-handled hammer, by any chance?
Yes, indeed.
Crackling with lightning?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So the hammer of Thor appears and goes flying towards the Meru. So why don't you give me... oh, you did. 24
Yes.
for the attack roll. So that
That's
will
24 in the attack roll.
strike it right in the forehead, which causes it to jolt.
Right in the
but
noggin.
It seems rather tough, and it sort of like just looks back at you rather angry, as if trying to see over this little closed off section at who's done this. Are you planning to stay prone?
No, I will stand up. So
Okay,
that's
you
half
stand
my
up,
movement.
yeah.
And then I will run over here.
Okay. So you can probably make out this other Meru in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But as you did not have dark vision, right?
I did not.
So you'll have disadvantage against it.
Okay. Yeah, I still have a morning star though, so I will try. Is he in range?
I would say yes, he has to be. Otherwise, well, no, he ducked back into the. to be honest, because he knocked out Grazak, so he's
Okay,
probably...
then I will. I still have my action. I will dodge with my action.
Okay, very nice. Ayu.
IU is. Oh, go ahead.
You just got hammered on by this giant mirror that's reared up onto the boat and is threatening to sink it with its.
It can keep
weight.
being ugly and menacing in my face. I don't care. IU is going to kneel down and like touch the wood as if it's going to give her some extra power. And she starts to mutter to the spirits that her master had taught her about. And a large, glorious white unicorn appears beside her. Its mane flowing with flowers inside of its mane in certain points as she invokes a spirit totem.
All right, and thankfully this is a spiritual unicorn, so it doesn't
Yes.
weigh anything and will not sink the boat.
It is not.
All right.
And that was my bonus action.
Yep.
And
So-
for my main action, I will cast Cure Wounds onto Zardes,
Onto
giving
Zardes?
him
Or
and
the
everybody with on Zardes.
thing? You mean
Not Zardes,
Grazak.
Grazak.
Yeah.
The fighters, they're all big and buff. They do the same job. They all gain. Everybody within 30 feet of me gains 1d8 plus 5 because of the unicorn,
All right.
and that is my turn.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. All right. So then Grazak is back and conscious again, although currently prone. And
I am not actually, because his unicorn is temporary hit points.
Nope, that's the bear.
The bear? Oh, the unicorn
That
is
is
it?
the bear. The unicorn gives advantage checks to detect all creatures in its radius, and any healing spell I cast on anybody affects everybody.
Okay, that's very
In the
nice. Thank you.
Yeah. So you got, how many hit points did you restore again? It was the
7.
7. So Grazak is back up to 7 and conscious. Meanwhile, Gak, you are seeing this battle unfolding beneath you, and the higher risk of this marrow that's threatening to sink the boat and devour Ayu.
Yeah. Do I still have a view of the one that's fighting Zaras?
I mean, you do, but it is harder to see. So, I mean, technically you can see it, but I'd say at this point,
Yeah. I'll leave Zaras to handle that one then, but I'll keep my concentration on my spell in
Alright.
case. I will fly a little bit off to the side and aim for the one that's trying to tilt the boat.
This one.
Yes.
Alright. So make your attack roll.
That's 26. Do I need to roll for my bless as well still?
It's not necessary. That's certainly a hit.
Okay. That's 12 damage then.
All right, 12 damage. So it takes a hard hit in the shoulder from your arrow. Anything else?
No, I'll stay right here and I will wait for my next turn.
All right, Zardes. You there, Falsto?
I look at him and I say, "You attacked the wrong boat," and I attack him again with my great axe. Well,
Being a-
great anchor. I'm a class 19,
That will hit him.
13
How do
points
you
of
want
damage.
to do this?
I will plant the anchor on the top of his head, actually from down, hooking him like the fish is. And then I will, in the same movement, if I can, I want to grab is he using some weapon or something?
Yes, he has a harpoon.
Is that too big for me to use with two hands?
Not too big for you to use with two hands, no.
Then I'll grab it.
Okay. Dropping, leaving the anchor to drop.
Can I store one item as a free interaction?
Sure.
Okay.
It's struggling with the idea of a heavy anchor, but I guess you being so strong, just can push through the water without any issues.
I like the way you are thinking.
All right.
So so having done that, I will swim to this guy.
Ooh, very nice. Okay, so and you're moving towards the surface a little, right?
Yeah. Do I need to? Why?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
saying the wrong counter. All right. So this guy, let's move him over here because he is dead. And yes, so you move up there to that guy. All right.
Yeah.
Grazak, you are now regained consciousness. Come to and realize that you are flanked both sides pretty much by these Meru.
Stand up. I look angrily at the marrow, and I punch it.
The one that hit you or the one that's on the deck? Because the other one is down in the water.
The one that's on the deck then.
Okay.
He's gonna give it the shark treatment. He's gonna bap it on the nose.
That is a miss.
Yep.
That is a 7
so
for those watching on Twitch.
Grazak embarrasses himself a little bit. Zardas probably sees this sword just reaching, glittering on the bottom of the river. All right. Anything else?
No, I am done.
Then it's the Meru who sort of laughs at you and then turns down and looks and like becomes frustrated at Zardas' appearance and sees the body of his compatriot sort of floating off lifelessly in the river. And so he turns to Zardas and tries to claw and bite you. So I'm
That's a
guessing
hit.
24 and
that's a
21
hit.
will be a hit.
Yeah.
A total of
So-
9 plus 10 damage, halved. So
4 and 5. Okay. Minus 9.
damage, yeah.
Yes. Blood is starting to flow from my body. I'm starting to feel their hits, but I still there.
The other Meru is going to swim down, passing by Everil and Gak. You turn to see a harpoon flying through the air towards you. Geez, they're rolling well tonight. You got a 21.
That's that'll be a
massive
hit.
harpoon comes and skewers you, tagging part of your wing, and dealing 11 points of damage.
Oof.
And Everil, it is now your turn.
I will use my bonus action to use my spiritual weapon again.
Mhm. So it is still at this Meru.
Yes, it's still at the front of the boat. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. And you crit with it.
Yes.
Yay!
Natural
so
20.
Thor's mighty hammer raises up and comes crashing down in the forehead of this Meru, dealing 13 points of force damage.
13.
And he is well bleeding from this wound on his head.
As he
And
should.
in the distance, you can hear just this echo of as if somewhere across the multiverse there is a very happy god.
Mhm.
And your other action?
And with my other action, I will get a bit closer to Grazak, and I say, "By the power of Thor, you are healed."
Who knew that Thor could also heal?
He's a caring father.
Thank you.
You regain another 6 hit points thanks to Everil and his patron, the alien being Thor. Ayu, it is now your turn. You see this.
Is that
huge-
Maros
Oh
still
yeah,
above water?
it's right there, jumping up and down. Still got its weight on the surface, sort of like
Oh.
trying to drag the boat down.
This is perfect. I'm gonna run and jump straight at his face. My fingernails growing into long, kind of bark-like claws with acid dripping from them as I slice at its face.
All right. So make your check.
15.
15 will hit with primal savagery. So you deal 5 points of acid damage to it. Is that correct?
Yes.
So you leave this
For
nasty
some-
scar, and you can see it sizzling on his face, and he sort of splashes water onto it, and it sort of manages to sort of like relax again.
I'm going to roll that again to see if I got it to say what type of damage it is. All right, there we go.
Right.
Ignore that roll.
Sure. Gak.
Well, I
60 feet up.
rolled my concentration while I got hit. I rolled an 18,
Yep.
so I think I managed to keep my concentration, and I will fly higher and towards the one that's in the fight with Sadas and the others.
All right. How much higher are you
So
going to
I
go?
will fly 30 feet up.
Because right now he's pretty much at the extremity of your dark vision.
90 feet dark vision, so I will also move closer while I'm flying up.
Okay.
Actually, make that 20 feet up. That's gonna work better.
All right. So if anyone's wondering what the 8 is on his character, it is to they've got them, but to indicate
So-
that Gak is at 80 feet.
So yeah,
So,
up and
would you like to
towards
move-
him.
Would you also like to move your hunter's mark onto him?
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I will fire my bow.
An 11.
It's an
is
11.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, don't
misses
forget the
by-
blessing.
Oh,
Yes.
there is a blessing. Let's see if it makes a difference.
No.
And it got a 1.
12.
Unfortunately, it bounces off his thick hide.
Yeah,
and
well,
misses.
it happens.
Sardis.
Okay, I'm supposing that the harpoon it's a weapon made to fight underwater.
It is indeed.
Then I will attack recklessly and with advantage this time, again with the harpoon. And here I go.
I believe in you, Zardis.
23,
All right. So,
18 points of damage.
and I have to ask you the same question as last time.
This time I skewer him through the abdomen, and then I turn the harpoon, and then I take it out, having already 5 ready pieces of sushi on the tips of my harpoon, and I swim to this guy under the boat, and I show him the piece of sushi, and I say, "This is how you are going to end, friend."
All you hear from Ayu is, "You gonna eat that?"
Very nice. I'll let you make a free intimidation check.
You are a gentleman. Here I go. Took a 22.
Oh, he does not like that. Okay, Grozek.
Oh, yes.
You can probably only just make out this dark shape in the water next to the splashing that Zardis has made.
I will move to the other side of the boat,
All right.
and I will take a deep breath and unleash my draconic breath upon the water.
Oh, nice. Okay, so this is an acid breath, right?
No, this is a lightning breath.
Oh, excellent.
Not
All right.
excellent.
All right, chat. Who wants the lightning breath to work in the water so that it's going to zap Zardis as well? Let us know. And in the meantime, let's see. I'll make a dexterity save for the mirror. And he failed.
I'm so glad Grazak goes now and not later.
Well, it looks
So-
like the chat isn't. No one's responding. Zap time. There we go. We've got.
God,
one.
thank you, Scholar.
So
Dexterity.
you
Here we
get
go.
Dexterity save, please.
13 plus 1d4. One
All right.
moment.
So,
A 17.
You only take 2 points of damage.
Okay. Bzz. What in the name of Poseidon is this?
It's a love zap. You're doing good.
And it's the Meru's turn, and it is going to, it is actually going to disengage and swim 40 feet. So it is at the bottom of the map. I will put let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 2 more off the bottom of the map, 20 feet. Oh, sorry, 1, because it's 10 feet. Okay. Everall.
Yes.
You
I
can see splashing on the surface as something tries to make its way away at great haste.
Okay. I will run to the other side of the boat.
Yeah.
Oh. And then... why not? I will try to lift him out of the water.
Okay, what are we using here?
Oh, sorry, it's levitate.
Levitate, okay. And the distance to use it?
Why doesn't it say so here? I'm sorry. 60 feet.
Okay, no worries. He's still within that range, so he needs to make a strength save. He is quite strong, but he is also quite worried and focused on getting away. So I'm going to give him some disadvantage here. He gets an 8, so you lift him up out of the water with your incredible Thor force powers. Thor lets you do so many cool things.
Fucking
and
Jedi,
he's now,
man.
Hovering over the water, looking like he's in a panic.
Perfect.
Are you?
Thor
Oh,
has
wait,
deemed
yeah, 'cause
thee
you can't-
unworthy.
You can. I take it you start moving your spiritual weapon towards him, but it can only move 20 feet at a.
Yeah. So it's gonna be somewhere
move 2
around here now.
rounds, Yeah. All right, Ayu.
I will fly up and down, and then she is going to reach into the air next to her and grab a knife that just forms in her fingers, and she just tosses it straight at the beast.
All right. So.
He has to make. That should have rolled
Dex
to
save,
hit.
okay.
It's a roll to hit and then a dex save. So let me roll to hit as well. I have that set up wrong. 16?
All right. Yes, you hit him, and he misses his dex save, so he takes 1 piercing damage, and then you got to roll for the cold damage.
9. In total, 10 damage.
All right. He is
I need to
looking
figure out how to set
bloodied.
that right up.
Gak.
I will lower my altitude by about 10 feet, and I will fly 40 feet towards the beast.
Yeah.
That should do. And that's more than 90 feet, I'm guessing.
Well, how far
Because,
up in the air is he now? 20
he?
feet, right? So he's probably about 10 feet above the water.
Okay.
So you can
Then
see him.
Yeah, okay. I will move my hunter onto him
Yeah.
and follow up with a bow shot.
All right. Let's see if you fare
Let's-
better this time.
A 15.
A 15 will hit for 11 piercing damage plus. your hunter's mark.
14 total damage.
Ooh, he is looking very, very hurt indeed. Zardas.
Well, he's just above the water, right?
He is.
So I'm going to swim in his direction, and at the last moment, do the dolphin jump with the harpoon in both my hands and go and stab him
All right. Well,
as I jump out of the water.
I want you to make an athletics check.
Here it goes.
We believe.
I'm raging at 22.
Nice, very nice indeed.
To Poseidon!
You do like a full-on Zohan out of the water and just go flying towards him.
And of course, reckless.
Make your reckless attack.
14 plus a D4.
So,
15.
hey, he's doing the barbarian thing. How do you want to do
So I dolphin jump. I call the name of Poseidon, and I stick it through his abdomen. I did, face I did, through his chest, and then we both fall down in the water. And when I come out of the water, I shake my hair a bit, and I raise the harpoon. Victory!
I like to imagine there's some ice particles coming off his hair from the knife.
Clearly, with the moon
Makes it-
shining on my eye.
Makes him ever more
The
fabulous.
knife had something to do with it, I'm sure. So congratulations, guys! Victory fanfare! You have defeated the demonic-looking monstrosities known as the Mero, and you each gain 150 XP.
Nice.
Yay!
Also, the other guy, the silent protagonist here, makes a good point. We should call it "Claim Your Fame" instead of "How do you want to do this?"
Claim your fame. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to now take a short break, probably only just 5 minutes since we did start a little bit late, and we'll catch you on the other side.
Catch you on the flip side.
All right,
Meow, meow,
guys,
meow.
welcome back. Why don't you guys put your characters back on the boat for a start? And yes, we had a request from one of our viewers for more cats, and there is a cat, and we've got a request for the name.
That one is Puss, not my cat. Didn't name it. And this one is. Can I get it in frame? That one is Kitty. Again, I didn't name it.
What's with the cat here?
Yeah. Well,
What's
in any
going on?
case, we now know what the sounds are and can attach a name to the faces. So if you guys were just tuning in, we're running some Princesses of the Apocalypse, and our gang of heroes have just defeated 3 monstrous Meru that have now just their huge lifeless bodies have started drifting in the river. I assume that Zardos was probably helpful enough to Drazek as to retrieve his sword for him.
Of course. In fact, when I get the sword, I go to him and then I say, Grasek, suddenly during the fight, some sort of lightning has coursed over the Marrow and over me. I think I've seen you done such thing before.
Yes, I had no idea it would hit you. I am sorry for that.
Oh, no apologies needed. It gave me the right jolt to fight even better. Thank you, friend. This is your sword.
Thank you for retrieving it.
Got any of that sushi?
Take
do
a
we have
piece of
any cheese
sushi.
on board?
I take a piece of sushi from the harpoon. I put it in my hands, and I say, "Open your mouth, are you?"
I've already snatched it away from your hands.
Ah, okay, very well.
Time to find the trees.
Okay.
Ayu
so
just goes downstairs into the ship.
are you planning to continue with your voyage?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
All right. Well, then you set out after the interruption, feeling much more confident in your abilities.
Is it possible to have a short rest in the next hour?
Yeah, it is. You can go ahead and have a short rest.
Weren't we gonna have our long rest? because we
Oh
were
yeah,
already
you're
Oh, yeah.
guarding.
Oh, even
technically
better.
in the middle of a long rest. Yes.
Ah, okay, very well.
So you sort of settle back into a routine, and get quite a ways up the river throughout the night. You see a storm on the horizon, however, and for a time are forced to seek shelter under the roof. I guess it really doesn't matter that much to Zardes, but the others might want to get under the shelter as this just torrent of torrential rain comes down from like nowhere. The skies were completely clear, and then there was this miniature thunderstorm, and then 5 minutes later, it's just gone. As if
IU
from-
just puts her wings up above her because they are leathery wings, and she kind of uses it as a pseudo umbrella.
Nice. But during the night, there are no further encounters as such, but you do have restless sleep. And in fact, each of you are visited in a dream by a familiar voice. The voice of Sindra Sunseer. You might say your guide. And you hear her very weak voice in your dream, and some imagery that comes with it, which I'll tell you after the content of the dream. So you hear this voice saying, "You have strayed from the path revealed and into the unknown. The river of time bends, twists, and forks in many places. I see more dimly than before the call of the soulmonger. But there is yet time for you before the princes come, and the evil eye opens and casts its apocalyptical gaze upon all of Faerun. 4 pillars stand above ancient Basilma, one for each element. And beneath each lies a secret way into the heart of that ancient realm. 4 temples of evil rest upon its bones. Below them still lies the blasphemy raised by fallen Lithir. Strike too soon into the black depths below, and the suffering of Dasaran will hasten. But wait too long, and you shall seal the doom of all. Seek the fate of those who you have traveled with to find that which you in turn." And with that, each of you sees a slightly different vision. Everil, you see a winged elf wielding a spear, who is sort of flying or drifting. The wings not really looking like they're supporting him, but she's in the eye of like a tornado. Ayu, you see a red-skinned tiefling with a flint dagger amidst an ocean of flame. Zardes, you see your nemesis. You see Gar Shadowkill, the one who sunk your ship all those months ago, wielding a mighty trident from the depths of a tempest. And Grazek, you see a man of stone with writhing hair, wielding an iron pick amid a garden of statues. Gak, you, however, see the most disturbing sight of all, a single purple eye of immense size and force in an infinite blackness. A ringing sound echoes in your mind, and you wake to a splitting headache. And I will put this all in the chat for you guys, since I know you'll be wanting to keep a record of. And why not put it in this chat? All right.
You said the image I saw was a flint dagger?
A tiefling holding a flint dagger in a
Ocean of fire.
flame. Yeah.
All right. All
So
right.
you wake up a little bit disturbed and unsettled, and you felt the weakness of her voice sort of failing towards the end of this. You recognize it as one of her prophecies. You can all give me a intelligence check.
Saving throw or just regular check?
Just an intelligence check.
15.
Okay.
An 8.
All right.
Uh,
Are you, in any case, and Everall? It's an intelligence check, not a save, but maybe it's not too different for you.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay. So you recall one particular stanza of this prophecy mentioned ancient Basilma, and you recall back when you were in Tribal at the tavern there, that the dwarves in the delegation were getting well plastered, and one of their number, by the name of he was called Bruldantha, being a dwarven historian, mentioned this kingdom of the same name when he was mentioning the crown and the axe that belonged to its king, that is supposedly lost in these hills. So you feel like this is a reference to Basilma, this ancient dwarven kingdom that long ago fell. And perhaps you feel that if you could find this dwarf again, perhaps he could reveal more information. And then let's see, who do we have that's native to the Forgotten Realms again? It's everyone except.
I'm not native.
No, exactly.
neither.
So I would say Zardos and Everall.
I'm also a far traveler.
Okay, everyone that's not native can make a history check with disadvantage. The others can roll a regular history check.
A 17.
That's
A
a
7.
4 with my disadvantage.
A natural 1.
A fumble.
Okay.
At 22.
You also, those of you that rolled above 15, have heard of this fallen Ilithia and know that to be the ancient kingdom of elves that were cursed to become the Drow. That was the name of their tribe before they became what they are today. So it seems to reference to perhaps something else that's related to them even deeper down. But you do wake and find yourselves where you think you're just a few miles from the fort. But you see, you can give me some perception checks.
A 21.
21 also.
Wow.
12.
All right. Well, and we're missing. All right.
An 8.
Okay. Everyone but Drazak notices as you're sort of like rousing and it's sort of the last. The dawn is coming up. And you're maybe just 4 miles away. You can see a boat approaching from upriver. And it seems to be traveling faster than yours because of the way that the tide, or rather the river flows. So I will just now. Oh, don't want to select that. I want to select these. And so you see a vessel of a similar size to yours approaching from the other direction. And you notice it in time that you can make some adjustments if need be. So you finished your long rests, so you have your spells back, and you, I assume, have healed. and have recovered half your hit dice. So, you see this vessel approaching and can react. Is there anything that you wish to do?
Does it have any flags? Like, do I recognize that as the vessel of the pirates that we saw at Rivergard Keep?
You think it, with that kind of roll, you think it looks like it's possibly a pirate vessel.
But not from River Keep or from Rivergard Keep.
It's not flying their flag.
It's not flying their flag. Well, and the river is wide enough to avoid them.
I mean, you can try and keep a wide berth.
Then again, I'm thinking something else. If we're going to make this ship explode on fire, we may need another one. And I look at Grashak. Huh? What do you think?
Well, but from all of us here, only you are the one capable of steering such a vessel.
We will tow it. What?
Well,
I look at Gak. Why do you laugh? Very big ships are towed by very small ships, especially
Yes,
in river cities like the
Oh.
fabled Antwerp.
Of course, it just doesn't sound very practical if we need to get to the castle in time, or well, the keep.
I say we avoid them. IU is peeking out from behind the little middle building on the ship. I'm not sure what its name is. I don't do ships. She's just kind of like peeking out. She's trying not to be seen by the other ship, really. Probably not to any good effect, but she's just trying to stay out of view of it.
You're not going to be able to totally avoid them. You're passing by a river. The river, I mean, it's wide. And,
Well-
I mean, you won't. I mean, you'll be able to pass possibly, but you won't be able to like pass unnoticed.
And you're sure they're pirates, Saras?
What makes me so sure that they are pirates?
The look of the ship itself, the way that it is a little bit lighter on the water, just it looks like it's been. You can see it's traveling quite swiftly. You can see that it has more sailors aboard it than you would normally expect.
I have seen many ships in my life, and I'm telling you that is a pirate craft.
All right. In that case,
I think it's
in
just-
favor of stopping them.
I think it's just our duty to stop them.
Yes.
So that-
Yes. Yes, that's why I'm standing at the front. I will.
Let's
not
give them
hide.
all a watery grave.
Very well. Are they coming to us? Like I am not steering the ship in any way to avoid them, but if they are not attacking us, I'm not going to ram them yet.
Okay. Well, as you get closer, or let's say that there's still a good, like, I don't know, 100 feet, 30 meters sort of between the vessels, but certainly shouting distance, you see a gruff-looking man that looks to be their sort of captain come out and step on the top of the ship, you know, doing the Captain Morgan pose. And he shouts out, "Ho there, River Maiden!"
Do I see the name of their ship?
There is no name on their ship.
I don't know. Okay. Then okay, I shout "Hoy there, back!"
Where is your captain?
Captain has gotten sick. We're returning. Maybe the priests of water there can do something about him.
When you say that, a strangely garbed man with sort of barnacles growing on his shoulders steps out and it's like, "What did you say?"
Yeah. Just like you. Yeah. That's what he said. The
Right.
barnacle. He called them the barnacle assholes.
He said what?
Yeah.
Perception check.
Perception. Sure. I have a 12.
Is that just for him?
No, everyone that can see him.
21.
All right. You can see that subtly he is posing his hands as if to make this sort of like water symbol.
Oh yeah, I do the same thing. I say, hey, yeah, what?
You should be respectful of your
Oh my
superiors.
god.
Yeah, do you want to have a look at the captain? Because I think he is getting worse. Maybe come aboard here and you can have a look at him.
Very well. Captain, bring the vessel closer that I might see.
Yep. I start to bring the vessels close.
I go a bit closer to Usadas and I'm like, so are we taking their ship?
Yep.
I will head to the back of the ship while they are getting in front.
I look at Avid. I said, I will bring the guy downstairs, and then when you hear the first screams, that's the signal.
Okay.
Can I take a moment to point out how many natural ones Jay has rolled this session?
Oh.
His time will come.
They lash together the ships, and they. So the ships are lashed together in two places to form a stable place, and the priestly-looking figure hops onto your vessel. And it's like, where is he? Below.
Yeah, of course. I go with him. I'll bring you there.
So he goes inside.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, where is he?
I would like to, if possible, I would like to get him by surprise and stick an harpoon in his back.
Yes. So I would say make an attack with advantage.
Sounds like Zarda's giving it to someone from behind with a pointy object.
Clearly, I rage and then I stick him. You want initiatives? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, let's get some initiatives going. I think it's going to be necessary. So if we can move the initiative tracker turn order back into view for our viewers.
Zarda, you really got to stop with this trying to penetrate everything. Sick.
Oh my god, a natural 20. With -1.
It's turning around. All those natural ones are coming back as nat
Right,
20s.
let's see. Is that everyone?
Yes.
You've got 2 more, Jay. Use them wisely.
Okay, so we're into battle again, and we first we'll deal with Zardas' attack, and then we'll continue.
Yep.
So make your attack roll with advantage.
A 17.
All right, that will definitely hit him.
That's
You can
12.
see.
Yeah.
You can see that he is wearing a sort of a chain shirt with a glittering sheen to it.
Nice.
It seems to be a little bit more above the usual, and sort of like it's almost patterned so that the chain pattern resembles scales of the scales of a fish or other aquatic creature.
Okay.
And you, with a 17, that is going to hit for sure.
12
and
damage.
He is surprised, so I can't do that. All right, 12 damage. So he takes a nasty bit of damage, but you are surprised how well he absorbs it. He looks a lot tougher than you expected.
Okay.
And so now we are in initiative, and Gag, it's your turn. You are currently positioned on the at the rear of the ship. I assume you're not flying right at the
No,
moment.
not right now, but it's the first thing I do, of course.
Yeah.
I go 20 feet up into the sky, and I move then 20, 30 feet back. Okay, and I will aim for one of these grunts behind the captain.
Yeah. Okay.
With my hunter's mark,
All right.
followed with my attack which is an 18 to hit
Yep, that hits.
for 5, 8, 10 damage with standard arrow.
Oh, because he's a human. Okay, so the arrow skewers him right through the
Yes,
chest.
I assume by the picture he's humanoid.
He
If
is
he's not,
humanoid,
please
yeah.
correct me.
You skewer him right through the eye, and the arrow sticks into the little
Okay.
house on deck. So he's
It's
actually stuck there.
it's still my first round of combat, so I get a second attack
That's correct.
against the grunt behind him. So the one I just pointed out.
This one,
This one, yes.
right?
That's a
definitely
22 to hit for 8 damage.
Okay. You can't move your hunter's mark?
It's a bonus action. I already used it to cast it
Yeah.
in the first
Alright.
place, so I'll
So
need
he
to wait
looks-
until next round.
He looks very bloody and injured as you like hit him right in the shoulder, and it looks like he's barely holding it together.
My man Gak.
Grozak!
Yeah, put me against humans and I kick their ass.
I will move close to where the ships are left,
Mm-hmm.
draw my longsword and hit. Is it a cap? That the captain?
That's the captain, yeah.
Yes, try to hit the captain. With 21,
Okay.
and then I will divine smite him.
Alright, the 21 will hit, doing 13 points of damage plus the smite.
Another
an
9,
additional
so
9.
that is 21 points of total damage.
He's like, ah, I'm going to kill you, you monstrous beast.
Yeah, that's him.
And I'm done.
Everall.
I take out my my Morning Star, hit it against my shield, and it gives a loud thunderous boom in a 15-foot square. So I use Thunder Wave.
Alright, is that going to
Um,
affect?
It's a 15-foot cube, so it's
Okay,
gonna affect
yeah.
all 3 of them.
Yes. Well, I'll say that the bandit behind the house has advantage on your save.
Yes.
Because he's got a bit of cover. So let's see. Let's go for the bandits first. So Constitution. So actually, even with advantage, they both fail their save. So they take a full 13 points of damage, and I believe this guy collapses, unconscious and bleeding onto the deck, and the thug. Oh, okay, he's got a different stat. Yep. Let's see. So he will make a separate roll, and he should be making a Constitution save. He makes his save and takes half damage. So he takes a total of 6 points of thunder damage. Okay. Anything else? Captain too.
Yes.
But are you doing anything with your stand with your action? Makes it save.
That was my action.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I meant you.
No, I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay. So it's the captain's turn. He has Everall and Drasek across from him.
Does he need to make the save?
He did.
Oh.
That was I don't know why it's not saying it. Yeah. Oh, he's on Whisper.
Oh well.
When I imported this module, for some reason, Roll20 stuffed up and made all of the NPCs go into Whisper mode, so they can't see my rolls. And I should probably be announcing them anyway, since you guys can't see them either this week. So that should be fixed for now. And he is going to He's going to go for Grasek. So he has out his scimitar and dagger, and he's going to slash at you first with his scimitar.
That would be a miss.
And the second time, the 20 will hit, however,
Yes, it would.
dealing 7 points of slashing damage. And then he uses his offhand dagger to strike for another 7 piercing damage. Wow, maximum damage on that dagger. Doing some nasty damage to Grazak. Total of 14. And then it is the pirates' turns. This one on deck here is going to try and shoot. Let's see, I'll roll a d2. It is going for Grazak. So he is going to fire his light crossbow. An 18.
That is a hit.
For 8 points of damage. Still up?
I'm still up.
Nice. And the
Nice.
other bandit will come down here to his fallen comrade, and he will aim for Everall. Let's see. So, Swink, but he gets a 5 and misses.
Yes.
Zardos, it is your turn.
Okay, let's take the conversation again. I will stab him again with my harpoon, recklessly.
Mm-hmm.
16 for 16 damage.
This time, when you go to strike him, he turns around and is like, "You traitor!" And he raises an arcane shield.
Wow.
Blocks your attack completely.
Okay.
You will pay for this.
I think I know the fluff of his shield. When he goes to do the shield, it's just tentacles from the depths of the ocean just wrap around the blade and stop it, and then just disappear as the
Sure.
blade has lost all momentum in it.
That sounds very cool. You get inspiration. Ayu, it is your turn, actually.
I
If you're
will.
inspired.
I'm feeling good about this. I'm move up behind Grajak, and seeing that he is hurt, I moved my hand to touch him as if I had something planned. I was like, I got something better, and I will call to the spirits. A kind of motherly looking spirit of the Feywild kind of comes up out of the wood and wraps its arms around Grajak. I cast Healing Spirit. And since it's right on top of Grajak, he gets a d6 of health.
He's right at the prow of the ship, so this effect maybe is like the prow itself becomes
Mhm.
like this figurehead that wasn't previously there.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
It is
so-
just hugging Grajak.
So he gets 4 points of damage back, is that right?
Yes.
Right.
Thank
Is
you.
there anything else you're able to do?
No.
Okay. Right, then it's the thugs' turns. And they look like more experienced pirates. They're quite heavily armed for this kind of vessel. The one is up on the prow and steering the ship. So he's going to spend the round sort of securing. He's at the rear of the ship, and he is going to spend the round securing the vessel so that it's locked into place. The other one, however, is going to try and leap onto your ship behind Everall. And let's see, he'll make an athletics check.
By the way, I should have shown the exact wording of that sooner.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Healing Spirit, yes. The chat can't see it anyway. But these are abilities of the Shepherd Circle from Xanathar's Guide.
The spirit is a spell.
Everything. Yes. Okay, it's a spirit. Sorry. Spell, sorry.
It's not a totem.
Okay. In any case, the thug makes a 17 on his athletics check and lands on the other side, rocking the boat slightly and turning up behind Everall, and then brings down his mace on him. A 16.
That's yes, that's a hit.
All right, so he does 7 points of bludgeoning damage as he passes your defenses.
Yes.
And now it is the priest's turn, and he sort of like gets this dark look on his face, and he's like, "A creature of the water, you have been corrupted. You should return to the worship of the greatest." And that's about as far as it gets in this present conversation. But you hear the word Olhydra as he casts a spell on you. A whole person. So I would like you to make a... Let's see what the DC would be. Why are you not telling me? It would be a DC 13.
20.
20. Okay, you just shrug it off and you're like, ah! And then he sort of like scowls as if like disbelieving that this could have failed. Gak.
I fly up to 40 feet and move 30 feet horizontally. So a total of 50.
Yeah.
Do I see the priests from above, or is there like a roof or something covering them?
I would say you cannot see the priest. There's a
Okay.
roof covering them.
Do I see the tug then that's facing off against Everil?
Yes, you can see everyone else. And
Yes.
from this height, I don't think it would have any bearing on combat.
Good. Then I will move my hunter's mark onto the tug
Mm-hmm.
and follow up with my shot. That's a 23 to hit.
All right, so you take
For
a large shot there. And
a total of 14 damage.
14 because it's human. Yes, right. Very nice. So you bloody him. The shot going into the top of his thigh. All right, so that's your turn, right?
Yes, that's my turn.
Right, Krasek.
Seeing as that captain is not down yet, I will try slashing at him again.
Yeah.
With a 14.
14 just barely misses. He manages to just basically hop out of the way at the last second. Everil.
Yes.
Yes.
Unless there's anything else you wanted to do.
No, I don't think I can do anything. Not with my channel divinity.
Everil.
Yes. I point at the captain and at the tug, and I say, swim.
Kill him. Okay.
Swim.
Is this something that he's likely to do?
He said swim.
Oh,
Yes.
swim to the captain.
And the tug. I use the second level
Oh,
command.
right. All right. So they make some.
Yeah.
What was it? Will saves.
Yes.
Wisdom saves. I mean. Sometimes I mix the additions.
He
So
makes it.
14 makes it, but the thug. Let's see. Fails. So he, on his turn, looks down at the water. I would give him disadvantage actually, but it makes no difference because he rolled 2 10s. But he is wearing heavier armor and that's going to affect him in the water. Okay, the captain, unless you want to use your bonus action.
No, I can't use my bonus action for anything.
Spiritual weapon is always a bonus action.
Yeah, but I already cast a spell.
Second level spell. Yep. Alright. It's the captain's turn and he's like, "You try and trick me with your sorcery." And he's going to lash out at Everall. So he will use his scimitar. Ooh, he does a 22, doing 7 points of slashing. Then he
Okay.
rolls a natural 1. And
Okay.
he did earlier in the session have a case where the weapon went into the drink. So I'm going to make a dex saving throw for him. But he got a 22, so he keeps his weapon. And then he takes his main gauche and slashes at you as well. 16 being a hit
16 is, yeah.
for 5 points of damage.
So 12 in total.
Yes.
I will actually do Wrath of the Storm.
Okay, what's this?
When someone within 5 feet of me attacks me, I do 2d8 of lightning or thunder damage, which
Yep.
will be lightning damage, and I will use my Channel Divinity to max the damage.
Okay.
Nice.
He did make his dexterity save. So the damage will be halved. So
it's
I guess
8.
it's 8 points of damage. Still,
Yes.
he's like, curses! And he kind of shouts in the direction of the priest and says, Salmanak, you promised Elijah would protect us. And
Then I go down.
then you go down.
Yeah.
The bandits are going to fire at one at Grozek and one at I guess it would be Ayu. Although Gak's up there. Gak's up there and in the distance at 40 feet. Still within range. So one's going to go for Grozek and one for Gak. So the first one misses. He fumbles with the crossbow. Oh, and the other one, yeah. No, it's the thugs. It was the thug, not the sorry, Falsto was messaging me about the who's going in the drink, but it's a thug beneath down here.
Okay.
Will act on that turn. So the other one fires off its crossbow and the bowstring snaps, so you can no longer use the light crossbow. The second one going for Gak mixes.
That's a hit.
So you take 8 points of damage.
All right.
And Zardos, it is your turn facing off against this crushing wave.
Yeah, so the crashing wave guy, he told me that I should go back to the ways of the true masters of the water, right?
Yes.
Yes, I tell him, you are right, let's do this. I use my athletics to grapple him
Okay.
with advantage, 21. So he rolls an opposed athletic or acrobatic check.
Yeah. He got a 21.
Damn.
Defender wins, right?
I guess so, yeah.
So there's like, ha, 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 ha. No, I don't think so.
I'm afraid that's it.
Oh, you can see Everall has just fallen in front of you.
Ayu looks at the spirit and uses a bonus action to move it through Grajak over to him, and the motherly spirit just kind of like lowers down and like strokes his hair. It's like, it's okay, child. And you can get up. But it's Ayu's voice that comes through the spirit, as if it's just her extending out her soul to do this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Healing, let's see, please dice. 5 health.
All right. So
And
you have
then, as a full action, I will toss a ice knife at the captain.
Okay, so he's gonna have to make a dex check, right? Dex check.
Yes.
And you need to make an attack roll. Whoa. Oh,
13.
he critted his dex save in any case.
13 to hit.
It hit. It actually misses him anyway. So that, well, on the bright side, you got a critical out of him that would have otherwise maybe hit one of you guys. So.
Yep. And that's my
The
turn.
thug's turn. this thug here suddenly turns and jumps into the water.
Splash.
And he was wearing leather armor, but he is weighed down by a heavy crossbow. So he goes straight down about 30 feet or so and starts bobbing up again. Maybe not 30 feet, like 10 feet or something. He's down maybe 10 feet. And starting to drift on the current. And he's going to try and swim. I will give him some disadvantage though, because he's swimming in his armor with his weapons that are quite. Let's see. Strength saving throw. He rolls a 9, so he is currently struggling in the water. The other thug who has now secured this is aiming his crossbow, seeing that Ayu has been healing people, and aims his heavy crossbow at her. However, it goes far wide, making only a 7.
The spirits protect. The spirits protect.
They do indeed. Crushing the priest turns back to Zardus and is like, very well, that is not the only trick I have at my command. And he is going to, let's see, he is going to use blur on himself.
Okay.
So his body starts morphing and shifting, moving very rapidly, as to it'd be kind of hard as to know exactly where his physical form is, effectively giving you disadvantage.
Okay.
So, Gak, and actually, no, you were kind of in the way. All right, so Gak, it's your turn.
Yes. I fail my concentration check, so my hunter's mark ends. I will fly higher, all the way up to 90 feet. It's just straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And aim at the thug that's still standing. One of the bandits.
Okay.
Next to the captain there.
Yes. All right, make your attack roll.
With a 19.
All right, your arrow
That's
skewers him through the
for
head and sends.
9 damage.
Yeah, you send his body flying off the edge of the ship. The arrow skewering him through the throat.
Good.
The
That's
force
where
of
he
the blow.
belongs.
Yeah. So you hear this splash and see him sort of like the body drifting off, bobbing up and down on the surface. All right, Grazak.
Yes,
It is
I will once again try to hit the captain.
okay.
With a 23.
All right, you do hit the captain.
And of course I will divine smite him. For another 13. So I hit him pretty well. I make a very wide swing and do a total of 26 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Claim your fame.
Oh, what's my claim to fame? As I said, I take a wide swing, leading a bit over the edge, using my forward body movement to hit him on the side and just tumble over him with my sword impaled in the side.
You see him just like, all right, you were meant to protect me. And he sort of just collapses down onto the deck. All right, anything else you want to do?
Well, yeah, so as I said, I will tumble over him to the airship and I stand up.
Oops. Where did you go?
Here.
Oh, you're underneath it. Okay, hang on, let me just...
For me, I was over on top of him.
Yep. There we go.
When he said tumble, he meant under the ship.
Dex save. All right. Everil, you are now conscious again, although quite weakened.
Mm-hmm. I will say a prayer to Thor using healing word on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Jump over to the other ship
Yeah.
and so jump over and give a
Whoa.
whack to that guy.
That's quite a jump going on to that section. So just give me an athletics check just to make sure. Or acrobatics. All right. In any case,
That's
you've
a
got
21.
21, yes. So no worries, and you appear in front of the thug,
Yes.
who is struggling with his crossbow, which now is without its string.
Your days are numbered
All right, and you strike him with the morning
with a
star.
23.
He was already very wounded, so you just bash his skull in with it.
That number is 1.
Actually, it's 0 right now.
Yeah. And he sort of splashes into the water. After he sort of like head bounces off the side of this thing,
Yeah.
and exposing the thug who's looking up at you holding
Yeah,
this.
and I look at him and I'm like, are you not entertained?
Damn it.
All right. The captain's turn. Well, he is dead, so let's ditch him from the initiative. The bandits are all dead. Zardas, you are facing off against this.
Yes, I really want to do a thing, so I'm going by one. Smash it. I try to grapple him.
Okay.
24.
All right, so he has to try once again to make his athletic save, and let's see if he succeeds. A 15, no.
Okay,
you
so I
grab
grapple him and I say, let's go meet the water. And I move half my speed since he's grappled with me, and I throw both of us into the water.
Okay. Fair enough. And I just need to check a thing. Okay, so you pull him into the water with you.
Yes, splash.
Okay. So he is now in the water with you. That was
my turn.
Yeah, great. So he is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage in the water compared to you.
Good. That's the idea.
Okay, Ayu.
I move over to the side that Zardas just went over, and when I look over, can I see this crashing wave priest?
You can see him in the water being grappled by Zardas, yes?
This looks like fun. I jump down and join him. And on my way down, I will rake my primal savagery across his back.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Ah.
All right.
I've never used inspiration before. Can you use it after you make the roll, or do you have to declare it before?
You can make it after.
I'm going to use that inspiration because I really want this to work.
All right.
18.
All right, you hit him.
And he has to make a... That's it. No, 10 damage.
Okay,
Acid.
yeah.
Nice.
Unfortunately, he cannot use his shield, and it would not have helped anyway. So he takes 10 points of acid damage. The acid quickly sort of like being diluted in the water, but not before the claws can penetrate and leave it in his skin to do its work.
Hey, Zardas, you having a swimming party?
Welcome, Ayu.
The thug's turn. This one up here abandons his heavy crossbow to draw out his mace and moves forward and tries to make 2 mace attacks against him. Ooh.
Oh.
Wow.
Everil.
Yeah,
You going down?
I'm going down.
Okay, in which
Hey.
case you go down. He advances forward and makes his second attack against Grozek. 17.
That is it.
8 points of damage.
I'm still up.
All right, nice. Okay,
So-
so
I believe the answer to your "Are you not entertained?" is he's very entertained, and now he
Yeah.
wants you off the stage.
the
Sad life.
Crushing Wave Priest is currently restrained and can't do somatic spells, I believe.
You're asking, or
Yeah, I'm asking.
he's grappled, so his move is 0, but he's underwater, so he cannot use vocal spells.
Okay, so it can still use somatic in any case. All right.
Yeah.
So he has just been hit, so he needs to make a concentration save. I forgot about that. See, so
Please
we'll
fail.
see if he's he not fail.
Succeed.
He succeeds.
Mm.
So he is going to use.
I don't think there are somatic spells.
No, it's really not.
He can
He-
also try
he-
to ungrapple himself with.
That's what he's going to do, but he fails miserably. So he's captured.
Well, he has to roll against me, so I will roll. Maybe I roll double ones. Who knows? No.
He got a 17 and a 14, but he's got a 7.
Yeah.
All right, and then it's Gak's turn.
Okay, I fly down towards this swimming bandit here. I was at 90 feet. That wasn't updated. I will fly down to about 50 feet and shoot down at him.
I believe you can update that yourself.
Okay.
So you press hover the mouse over the dot you want and just write the number from 1 to 0 that you want.
Okay, I'll try it in a moment. Let me roll for damage. For attack. That's
Oh.
a critical, a
Boom.
28
A shocking 28.
for 15 damage.
Is 15 damage, yep. You just see this massive trail of blood flowing behind him and he starts to panic in the water. All right, Grozek. You're still conscious.
Yes. I will move about. Wait, that's kind of hard. Because there's this cabin in the way. This is a bit of a technical question, though.
Sure.
So if I step over here, I'm not leaving his threatening range, right?
Yeah, but you'll have I'd say 3/4 cover.
Yeah, no. If I then move in here,
You have full cover.
okay, but I'm not leaving his threatening range.
Technically, no, but it is one of those gray areas.
Which is the point, because I want to get up behind
I'd say-
Everil.
Yeah, I'd say you are leaving his range. So that will be an attack of opportunity, but you'd have 3/4 cover.
Yes, then make me that attack.
All right. And I'd even say he's probably got disadvantage. So E14, but against your AC, which is increased by 5.
That would be a miss because my AC is 14. I have a shield.
You get behind behind the wall.
So I move further, the other side, and I will use my action to lay on hands on Everil.
Okay.
And my lay on hands will be. Damn it! It's we are level 3. 10 hit points.
So Everall, you are restored of 10 hit points.
Okay.
And I believe that's all you can do this round, yes?
Yes, that's an action.
Okay, so Everall, you are now conscious but prone in front of this thug who seems
Yeah.
to be looking around the corner at the moment and turning back towards you.
I stand up. Oh, you didn't. I am using spiritual weapon, and I will
Okay. So you're
make
putting
it.
it behind the thug here. So that will be a hit for 9 points of force damage as Thor's mighty hammer comes crashing down on this thug's back.
Mm-hmm.
Who drew the hammer? It looks rather suspicious right now.
Yeah, I know. Can we like tilt it? Wait, let me. Yes.
It makes more sense, but you
Yes.
can't really unsee it either.
Let's see what.
That's Zadda's job.
Thor, why has Ty abandoned me?
Uh,
And while he's focused on the weapon, I will attack his back with a Morning Star.
all right, very nice, and that will hit him for 6 damage. Very good, and it's Otis's turn. You are currently
Okay. So, can I hold him with my legs? I don't mind that we go down. I actually want that.
No, I understand that. You can. You want to continue the grapple and attack him here.
Yeah.
I would say you can make an unarmed attack against him if you want to do that, like squeeze him with your might, that sort of thing.
No, but I cannot hold him with my legs. That's the question.
I mean, you could hold him with the legs. What's the condition for grappling? When the grappler also probably
Normally, it's one free arm. That's the condition for grappling. Clearly, in a world where we are standing with our feet on the ground.
Yeah, no two. Well, you can use your legs, but at the same time, I'd say you don't really have the kind of arc you need to
do. Okay, then I will hold him with my arm, as I am doing, and I will stab him with the javelin, one-handed.
Okay.
Okay. This is not. I mean, I am raging, and I will go reckless.
Yeah.
So it's armor class 23, but we have to add some damage. We have to add 1d6 plus 3. So it's 13 damage.
Well, he does have his blur on, however, on top of that. So that actually cancelled out your advantage.
Yeah.
That's a miss.
That's a miss, yeah.
Which is a bit weird, but this is the way the system works.
It is. No, it can be. We're struggling in the water.
Right, Ayu, you are in the drink, and you see Zada sinking down. However, with I guess the bottom's about 30 feet down. Do you want to go all the way to the bottom with him?
No, I stay exactly where I am.
Okay.
If I can still swim, I stay where I am.
Yeah. I'm in the water. Let's keep tangling.
All right. So you
another-
are in the water. However, you're using weapons in the water. What are you going to attack him with? Your claws?
Yep. I lost my scimitar. I've literally got nothing except clothing and claws.
Oh, well, good thing, because there's no such thing as a scimitar. Moving on. You strike out with your claws. Make an attack roll.
Disadvantage?
Let's see. It's a natural weapon, and it's slashing, right?
Yes.
So I believe that is disadvantage, right?
And blur.
And blur, yes. Disadvantage for sure.
7. Plus 5, 12.
And it's a miss.
I tried.
The thug is in the water, and he's got to try and swim to the surface. So he is going to make a athletics check and swim and grab onto the side of the boat and use his action to pull himself up. The other one is like, how are you? You're up again, you little bastard! And he tries to swing his mace twice
Oh.
at Everall, dealing a total of 8 points of damage. I think you're still up, though.
I am still up.
All right. Go down! And it's the priest's turn. And as with last round, he's just struggling. It's like, Hydra! Since he's underwater. So he tries to make an opposed strength check.
He succeeded.
Wow. So he gets 3.
This was a
and
bad plan, man.
He tries to swim away.
Can I opportunity attack him?
I would say you can, you can't.
Okay.
So you have disadvantage because of the blow.
But reckless, so normal hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Jesus! Okay, no, nothing.
Wow.
Oh, exactly. Whatever you were using. Starts
So
sinking to
natural
the-
one, yeah.
Yeah. You lose grip of your weapon and it starts sinking.
Sure.
Okay, Gak.
I shout a
Thug climbing onto the deck. You can see
Yes.
this priest swimming along. the
Exactly.
surface.
I shout a quick thank you for the target at the tug that was just climbing up, and shoot at him.
All right.
That's a 25 for 9 damage.
Ooh, he can't block that. Actually, he's got blur on. You just missed him.
The climbing the tug that climbed out of the
Oh,
water.
sorry, that one. Okay, I thought you meant the crushing wave priest.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that was unclear.
It was. Sorry. You skewer him with your arrow and kill him outright. Your proficient targeting when it comes to humanoids did the trick. Grosek.
Well, I'm now standing behind Everall. So again, I will move around to the other side. Spirit weapon does not occupy a space according to the rules,
Nope.
so I can stand there and attack the tug with a longsword.
Yeah. So go ahead. All right. However, a 10 well,
Misses.
You are technically flanking him now, and we're using the rules. If you flank, it gives you advantage.
Arm
AC
plus
is
12.
11, so you hit him.
For 9 points of damage then.
Ooh, he looks like he's barely standing under this onslaught. And Everall, I'm
Yeah.
guessing you want to start with your spiritual weapon.
Yes, indeed. I will use my spiritual. Well, my spiritual weapon will. It will stay. That's a 15
Okay.
and does 7 force damage.
And you kill him. Thor's mighty hammer strikes him across the temple, and his skull is just bashed in. And for your action,
I will go back to the other ship, and then can I see the barnacle guy?
you can.
I can.
Well, it's rather blurry, but you can still make him out.
Yeah. I will make him levitate, and that doesn't.
Okay, so that was a wisdom or
Please
constitution?
save, strength save. Please save, please save.
Is it strength?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah yes.
Okay, Zardos.
Okay,
I have
swim.
a question, Zardas.
Yes.
Would you like to try to tag team with me here? I have a stupid idea that I really want to try, and it requires your muscle.
Sure, but this has lasted way too long.
I want you to torpedo me towards this guy. If the DM allows.
Before the DM allows it or not, I swim on the opposite side of this guy
Oh.
because I'm pissed,
Yeah.
That's fine.
and I take the harpoon and I skewer him with advantage disadvantage, so it's a normal hit.
Yeah. So make your attack.
And it's a 21.
21. He can't even block it with his shield, so he takes 15 points of damage. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
He is still surviving, but he's like, all right. And Ayu, it is your turn.
Doesn't he
Give
have
it
to
a
make a
check to
con
make-
save?
Yes, he does actually. Good point. He rolls a con
Nice.
save and gets a 19.
Fuck.
So the blur is still active.
Alright, what'd you need from me?
You can just swim over to him and try to make a claw attack with disadvantage.
I will put her feet against the side of the boat and kick off straight towards him.
All right.
And we'll make a nice little slice at him
Okay.
with our claws.
Here is flanking.
Yeah,
20, so that should just be, it should even out.
it is. So it'll be a regular attack from there. So the
23.
23 will hit.
4 acid damage.
Oh, frustrating. He's still up.
God damn it!
And there's no more thugs. It's his turn. He is going to.
He's still underwater, right?
Yeah, he's still underwater, so he's going to disengage. This is as far as he can get. Gak.
I will fly towards him, 40 feet, and go one lower. I cannot edit that number, by the way,
Oh, okay.
so I'll go to 40 feet, and I will shoot an arrow at him.
This is where Gat comes in and still kills. I mean, kill steals.
Frag stealer.
That's a 26 to
I'm
hit
perfectly fine with it.
for 10 damage.
How do you want to do this?
claim it.
He's still.
Same.
Oh wait, 25 because he's still blurry, right? So
You hit him anyway. He rolled a 26.
yeah. Well, I will try and make out which one is the real him, and then aim right for the biggest barnacle I can see. Just try and shoot into it.
And that's how he got the name Barnacle Boy.
Yeah. And Barnacle Boy is now definitely dead. So congratulations, guys! You've defeated another battle.
That
and
was, involved.
What might you find after this battle? We will have to wait and find out next week because we're just about out of time. So we're now officially out of the game time, and now we're into just winding down. Anything in particular you guys want to bring up?
Fuck Barnacle Boy.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Well,
I want to point out we have 2 ships. Yeah.
yes.
One to destroy, the other one to use.
And
You know,
the other
that
ship
entire
looks-
combat,
We're
I was
building
trying
a
not to
fleet.
use Flaming Sphere.
Very well done. Very well done.
that is probably a good thing. Considering.
I should have taken
So
Dust Devil.
I guess in 2 weeks we'll be seeing the assault on Rivergard Keep, and hopefully you will join us on Monday. Further adventures with Fausto's Monday night game in the Tales from the Yawning Portal.
Same group.
All of us,
Yeah.
same crew, different characters. So it is alternating weeks. But before we go, I think we've got some programming that we should be mentioning since we're on this wonderful channel. So we have Fumbles and Fame's, let's see.
Tomorrow is DDO night.
Yeah, DBO night. And then we have, whoa, I'm in the wrong channel.
Would you like me to take away for this one?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Tomorrow night we have DDO with Ken and Stan at 6 p.m. UTC. Following a few days after that, on Saturday, we have Out of the Abyss with DM Leone and her Dungeon Delvers, introducing a new player, actually. That will be starting at 5 p.m. UTC. And on Sunday, we have, I believe, is Tomb of Annihilation with Tolly and his Jungle Fevered Bunch. Not brunch. He is not eating them, I promise.
A jungle fever brunch. I mean, I would like that.
At 7 p.m. UTC. Tune in for all of those.
Yeah. So, guys, that's it for us. Thank you.
Just one thing. I want to thank Exilium for hosting this. Thank you very much for doing this for us. And I still owe you a Dance of the Seven Sharks. Hopefully this will happen next time. But I won't forget. Thank you.
But you did get cats, so
yes.
See you guys on Monday.
You can dance for the corpse of Barnacle Boy.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.